In this video, we're looking at the difference between the Roth IRA and the traditional IRA. This is a question that comes up frequently with both our existing clients and with people that we come in contact with that know what we do, and they want to know what's the difference and which one should I be using. So we're going to share some insight that we share with our clients on where each one serves people well. We're also going to finish the video talking about the backdoor Roth, which comes up for people that have an income above the eligibility limit, and it's a way to still get some money in there. There are some things to watch out for, but we'll finish this video telling you about that. We hope you find it helpful. Let's take a look. So we're going to put the Roth and the traditional side by side and compare the differences. We're only going to spend a short section on this, and then we'll get into where to use these. So we have our Roth here, traditional there. The Roth is funded with after-tax money. The account is able to grow tax-free, and post 59 and a half, you're able to withdraw that money tax-free. The traditional IRA, on the other hand, is funded with pre-tax or tax-deductible contributions, so you will have some savings in the year you contribute. That money grows tax-deferred. However, when you withdraw in retirement, you're paying tax at ordinary income rates. There's also one other difference that we've noted at the bottom. The Roth is not subject to RMDs. This becomes an important part of retirement planning because it gives you some control over your cash flow and your tax in retirement. At age 72, currently the IRS forces you to begin taking distributions from any pre-tax, so traditional IRA, 401k, that type of money, you're going to see RMDs forced out. The Roth is not subject to that. Now that we've looked at the differences between the two, the next question we get is, so which one's right for me? We can't speak to your specific situation as the viewer, but I want to walk you through a few scenarios that would make us lean towards one or the other. First of all, we know that the Roth can be spent down in retirement tax-free. This makes it very attractive when there's a long time between contribution and distribution. If there are many years to grow this money, if you think about the compounding that you can have over quite a bit of time, that money is able to grow many times over and be distributed tax-free. Compared to someone that's perhaps just a handful of years to retirement, you're going to have less time to see that money grow within the traditional or within the Roth. So maybe they would opt to take the tax deduction in the year they contribute. Another thing here that is a personal choice for you, but you've really got to look at your own asset mix and say, what do I have in pre-tax money? What's in after-tax money, such as a brokerage account or even bank accounts? And then what percentage of my assets are comprised of tax-free accounts? In retirement, you're going to want to look at that mix, and as you decide where to draw your income streams, you'll be able to control the tax impact to some extent. So an example we see frequently, if you've been using a 401k for many years, you've been contributing with 100% pre-tax money, and you're approaching retirement, you probably have a mix of mostly pre-tax 401k and some after-tax. The Roth would be a nice thing to mix in because it gives you an account that can grow and be distributed tax-free in retirement. So there's some tax strategy involved in this decision. The next extension of that is when you think about where tax rates are headed. First of all, we don't have the answer to that. We get asked this frequently, where are tax rates going to be in 1, 5, or 10 years? We don't know. We have some thoughts on it, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. But the idea here is if you allocate towards the Roth, you're able to hedge against the risk of increased tax brackets affecting your retirement. So consider that. It's one more risk that you can at least somewhat take off the table or hedge a bit by using the Roth. So plenty of good things about the traditional too. I know I highlighted some of the Roth benefits in my last minute or so, but traditional still gives you that tax-deferred growth, still gives you savings when you contribute. It's just that in retirement, you are getting taxed at ordinary income rates. With all this said, I want to take a second and now cover the backdoor Roth. It comes up from time to time. It's particularly useful for high income earners who are not eligible to contribute directly to a Roth. Let's take a look at how that works. So there are income limitations, and above a certain income level, which I'm not going to state it in this video, you can easily search it, and these income limits change from year to year. But do a search. If you are at or above those limits, there may still be a way for you to get money into a Roth, and it's called the backdoor Roth. So here's what's actually happening when you do that. You're contributing to a traditional IRA. but those contributions are non-deductible. So you're not having any tax savings when you put that money into the traditional. You then convert it from traditional to Roth. Since those dollars that went to the traditional are already after tax, the conversion itself ends up happening without any tax impact to you. So the end result, probably a little bit more paperwork for both you and the company you're working with, but you'll get your money into the Roth just as if you were eligible. There are some things to watch out for here. So this is brought up to us on a regular basis, and clients will usually say, since I'm not eligible for the Roth based on my income, can I contribute backdoor? You can, but you need to check on what other types of accounts you have. If you have other IRAs, and that could be a traditional IRA, a simple IRA, a SEP IRA, and a few other varieties, then you need to make sure you fully understand the tax rules around this before you decide to fund it through the backdoor. It's best used for people that do not have any other pre-tax IRAs. It will be okay with 401ks, 403bs, and certain types of employer accounts. So know your asset mix before you do this, but it's absolutely something that we're comfortable with. It's something we do with our clients. So whether it's a loophole or just a niche that seems to be open for the time being, it is fully permissible and it's there to be taken advantage of if your situation fits it. We wanted to keep this video short. We've shown you the differences between the Roth IRA and the traditional IRA. We then looked at some real world application, which one might be better based on your circumstances. The bottom line is there's an annual cap to what you can contribute to these each year. So once you figure out which one is best suited for you, take advantage of that cap. Make sure you're getting money into this year after year. Thank you.